So what we did is we took a harness that we sold like 2,000 of a year and then made 4 harnesses. This is the Couloir harness, an update on the original Couloir, which has been in the line for a good number of years now. Got some cosmetic and material updates, as well as a few extra features. One of the big pieces to note is it now has the infinity belay loop. See this on some of our high-end sport climbing harnesses like the Current Zone or the AirNet harness, but it is a full Dyneema ring. It's totally seamless. Dyneema covering as well, so it's obviously light, super burly, sheds water, which is awesome for a harness like this as well, and doesn't have that seam, which can be handy if you're girth hitching things on or belaying off of it. You don't get that rotation or shift. It's gonna have a single quick buckle, and then it does have droppable legs. So you can put it on with skis, with crampons, not have to do any crazy shimmying or anything like that with the simple buckles here. Obviously the entire harness is a super lightweight, pretty much water resistant. You can dunk it, pull it out dry, which is awesome again if you're in glaciers or rolling around in the snow or whatever you might be doing here. You're also gonna find 4 ice clipper slots. They're soft to keep the weight down, is really meant for light and fast missions in the alpine. Awesome for skimo if you need to just do a single wrap into a Couloir, the namesake, or maybe punch up something and want a rope on you. Of course, it is so lightweight and packable, you could throw it in any jacket pocket or stuff it anywhere in a pack for when you don't need it anymore. It does have a little more structure than some of the harnesses we'll get to, so if you do know you're gonna weigh it, if you are gonna belay in it, maybe one of the better options. So the Couloir comes in 5 size options. It's gonna be an extra small to small, small medium, medium large, large extra large. Leg loops are gonna be fixed, and then it's gonna have the one quick adjust for the waist. The weight on the Couloir harness is 130 grams for the size medium. The smaller sizes would weigh less. The larger sizes, of course, would weigh a little bit more. And the retail price is $79.95. This is the Couloir LT harness. It's gonna be a super minimalistic design, really set up for skimo racing or similar types of light and fast adventures. Very stripped down, 2 gear loops, no ice clippers, no leg loop buckles at all. These do not drop, so we're putting it on or off before we get our skis on, ideally. Quick adjust buckle, and then a dedicated tie-in point here. So about as simple as it gets, ultralight. Again, totally sheds water. This monofilament construction is not going to hold any water, any moisture on you. Incredibly light and packable. The target for this was really skimo racers. We're moving light, we're moving fast, nothing extra at all on us. It would also be great for light and fast mountaineering. Again, a place where you know that you're gonna put this on at the beginning of the day, may or may not use it, but you're gonna be living in it for a good bit and don't want it to slow you down. The Couloir LT is gonna come in 4 sizes, small, medium, large, and extra large. It's gonna weigh 100 grams, ultra lightweight, and it's gonna retail for $69.95. This is the Couloir UL harness, so the ultralight version in the Couloir family. It's gonna be completely stripped down, 0 buckles, no waist buckles, no leg buckles. That being said, it is able to be put on after skis, after crampons, with the way that it all goes together. We're gonna find no ice clipper slots. We are gonna see the 2 soft gear loops there. Carry a little bit if we have to, and once again, we do have our ice screw loop on the leg. It's gonna have the 2 Dyneema tie-in points for the tie-in if you do have to use this thing. And again, we're gonna find the monofilament construction here with Dyneema in the legs as well. Ultralight, gonna shed all of the water and come in at just an incredibly lightweight. People looking at this are gonna be ultralight, hardcore gram counters, maybe traveling deep into the alpine. Probably don't wanna spend a lot of time hanging in this. I wouldn't recommend it for a mandatory rappel or anytime you know you're gonna be belaying for any point in time. But if you need something for the just in case moment, don't wanna carry a lot of extra bulk around, this is gonna be the harness for you. With a buckleless design, to put the harness on with droppable leg loops, you're gonna first have these plastic toggles that you can insert. Obviously not a structural part, but does set the shape of the leg loop. And then we're gonna have our color-coded structural component of the leg that's going to cross up and over half of the tie-in point for the waist. Slide that down and it's going to naturally lock in place underneath the tack, and that's how we assemble at least this half. We'd repeat for the other side, and then of course would have our plastic buckle in the middle to tie everything together. So that's the quick on, quick off. Quick, of course, is in quotes until you get the hang of this for the Couloir UL harness. The UL harness is for those that really need to save the extra 10 grams. This is about a 90-gram harness, again, saving weight off of all the buckles, any sort of a fixed tie-in point or belay loop. Again, a skier, maybe a ski-mo racer, or just an ultralight mountaineer that needs to carry the very lightest thing available that still will keep them safe, this could be the harness for you. It is going to come in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. It's going to weigh in around 90 grams, and the retail price is $89.95. This is the new Couloir 3S harness. It's going to have some of the same heritage as far as use case of the Couloir, but it is a kind of teched down version of that and a good bit heavier as well. So as opposed to the single ultralight speed buckle that we saw on the standard Couloir harness, this is going to have 3 quick lock buckles, very much like what we'd find on a Momentum Sport harness in the 3S or 4S version of that. But it does allow for a pretty large range of adjustability in both the waist and the leg loop sizing. The entire construction is nylon based, so it's not using any Dyneema, it's not using any monofilament. It is going to, of course, absorb some water. This harness is really going to excel for someone who wants a slightly lighter, more modern version of the Alpine Bod, or it's a great program harness. If you're guiding trips up Glacier or anything like that, it's a great piece to have for your company. They're pretty simple to put on. Color-coded tie-in point, single tie-in point, or belay point, whatever you may use that for. Large range of adjustability, pretty price effective, and very simple. Just 2 gear loops, 4 ice clippers. 2 on each side again, soft nylon, simple and effective there for carrying anything you may need to as you travel over a glacier in a roped party. The leg loops on this harness with the quick lock buckles are going to be fully droppable, so you can put this on again with skis or crampons, take them on and off easily. And they do have the ice screw holders as well. So it comes in sizes small, medium, large, and extra large. Retail price is $59.95. And the medium-sized harness will weigh in at 200 grams.